Okay, so very first function we have to write down as a pin mode 13, 0. Firstly, is my desktop is visible? 13, is my desktop is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, okay. So pin mode 13, output will make the pin number 13 as output. Then next one is we have to use that pin number 13. Okay, we have to make that pin number 13 as a high first. Okay, high means 5 volt. Okay, so how to write? So digital write is the function through which I can send the high. Okay, I can send the high to which pin I have to send high to pin number 13. So very first parameter is the at what pin I have to send and what I have to send. The next one is the delay function. The next one is delay function. Why delay? We know that because the human, to make that blinking effect as a human readable, we make the delay of 1 second. We can increase or decrease the delay also. So I'm making the pin number 13 as a low, and again I'm making as a delay as a 1000. Okay, so 1000 represent 1000 milliseconds, so it is 1 second. So I have done. Then I have to save my program. So I'm saving the program here, Control S, and after the Control S, I'm making here the NHCE underscore STTP underscore blink. Yes, and then what the next one is, okay, so what is the next? The next is okay, so this is my Arduino, okay, so this is my wire, okay, USB wire. I have connected this is a type B wire, and this is the another terminal of my wire. So this is the USB wire. I'm connecting this to my USB here. Now you can see here my power LED is on. My power LED is on. Okay, actually I already downloaded that blink LED program, so that's why it shows the blink LED, but I'm re-downloading that program and it will show that we will show the output. Okay, so again go for the program. Sorry, again I have to share my desktop. Okay, then go for the tools. First we need to select the what board, which board you want to program. Okay, so there are lots of boards. You can see here there are lots of boards are there. So out of which I have the Arduino Uno, so I'm selecting the Arduino Uno. If you have the Node MCU, then there is a ESP8266 board is also there, Node MCU. This is generally used for IoT purpose. It is having the inbuilt Wi-Fi. Arduino Uno is not having the inbuilt Wi-Fi, so I'm using Arduino Uno. The second one is I'm going to the tools. Tools, again port I'm selecting as this one. Okay, so my computer, my operating system is Mac operating system, so that's why that COM9, COM2, COM3, that type of the ports is not available. So in a Linux or in a Mac operating system, the port is appearing like this /dev/ and the some modem is there. Okay, so like that. Suppose if I remove, so I have removed my USB wire, then let's see what is my port. Okay, there is no only one port is there, that is Bluetooth, that is an inbuilt port. Okay, and when I again switch connecting that USB wire, and again I'm going to check here port, there is my port is there. Okay, so first time you have to select that port. You can get the board info. Okay, this is my board info, this is the serial number, VID, PID, so there is some board name is also there. Okay, if the board is connected and board is working fine, then you can get that also. Okay, now this program I have written in my editor. Now I have to upload this program to my board. Okay, so how to upload? So first click on the verify. So it will verify, it will start verifying. Verify nothing but your compilation. Okay, compilation. Actually the I'm getting the lots of the compilation here because I have make the verbose as on here. Okay, in your case, if you have disabled this particular thing, like verify code after download, or there is one command called the verbose. Okay, so if you disable that verbose now, so you are not going to get that particular output. Okay, yeah, this one compilation. Okay, again I'm verifying it. I'm getting only a last output, that is compilation is successful. So if you want to debug that particular compilation, then you can make that verbose. Okay, so Sketch uses 924 bytes, 2% of program storage memory, maximum is this global memory variable are using 0% of memory, like that. Now I want to upload it. So uploading is very easy. Just you need to click on the upload button. Okay, no need to press any button or anything else. Just click on the upload. Your program is first compile, then upload. And you can see here, if you see the output, your program, your LED start blinking. Okay, I can change here the blinking rate. Suppose instead of 1000, I'm making as 100 only, and again I'm uploading it. Now you can see the variation in that blinking. So it is compiling and it is uploading, and it's done uploading, and you can see here my LED is blinking very fastly. Getting this? Now this is called the inbuilt LED. Okay, this is the inbuilt LED. Now I want to implement the same thing using the external LED. So this is my external LED, and these are the two terminals. This is the two terminal. The long terminal is called as an anode terminal, short terminal is called as a cathode terminal. Okay, so I am implementing my circuit that I have been already explained to you. In a series, I'm connecting here the register of 100 ohm. I'm not using the 330 ohm register, I'm using the 100 ohm register only. So this red wire I'm using to connect to the anode, and here I'm using one black wire. This is my black wire, this is the cathode. Okay, now cathode should be connected to the ground, so I have connected to the ground, and the anode should be connected to the 13, pin number 13, because I have used the pin number 13. Okay, you can see here my LED start blinking. Is it visible? Yes, tell me. Go to the chart window and just type is it visible? Yes. Okay, so we can first play with this. Suppose instead of 100 I'm making as a 500, or firstly 500 and second one is 100. Okay, so what happened when first is 500 and second one is 100? So it on for the 500 millisecond and off for the 100 millisecond. You can see here the output. Okay, so it is a blinking in a different way. It's just like a flashing. It's just like a flashing of LED. Flashing of LED. It is not blinking. It is a flashing of LED. Getting this? Okay, so very good. Okay, now next one is suppose I want to again I want to modify this program. Okay, I don't want to use direct 13 here. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm using the LED is equal to, or red LED, R LED, R underscore LED, or R LED simply, or red LED. Red LED is equal to pin number 13. Okay, generally what I'm doing, whatever the connection I'm doing, I'm making that connection as a constant. That variable I'm making as a constant, because if you're trying to change the value of the red LED in a loop, then it will show the error. Because the second one, the second LED I'm connecting as a green LED to pin number 12. Third LED I'm connecting as a yellow LED. Yellow LED is equal to 11. Okay, so this is the pin number that I have decided. Now pin number 13, I have made it as a output, but instead of 13 I am using here red LED. Okay, no, I want to connect here 3 LEDs, so that's why how many pin modes function? 3 pin mode function. Green LED, yellow LED and red LED. So 3 pin mode function. So 3 LED is now become as an output. Now next one is now 3 LEDs. I have to make it as a blink LED. Okay, so first one is red LED. I'm making as on. Then just I'm copy this and paste it, and again now I'm making as a green LED and then yellow LED. The next one is I'm making the red LED is low. Again copy this, paste this, and again I'm making change it as a green LED and the yellow LED as a low, and both are 500. Okay, so my program is done. I am uploading my program. I have not done the interfacing here. Okay, I have not done the interfacing. Only the one interfacing I have done for the red LED. Now in front of you I'm making the interfacing and we'll see the output. So let's try it. So how the interfacing is done? So first I need a ground. So I am using this as a ground. Now I need the 3 LEDs. So these are my 3 LEDs. First LED is the red LED. The second LED I'm going to use as a green LED. And third LED I'm going to use as a yellow LED. Okay, so what I'm doing here, directly this ground I have connected to the cathode of all the 3 LEDs. Cathode of the 3 LEDs connected to ground directly. Now anode of the LED should be connected to pin number 13 or 12 or 11 directly. No, we have to use the one resistor, series resistor here in between the pin number 13 and anode of the red LED. So I need here 3 resistors. I need a 3 resistors here. First resistor I have connected. Second resistor also I'm connecting here. And next one is I'm connecting the third resistor also. 3 resistor I have connected. Now half interfacing part is done. Now the next one is the your digital IO you have to connect. Now red LED is connected to, in my programming, red LED I have connected to pin number 13. So I'm looking at the pin number 13. Where is pin number 13? So I have connected to pin number 13. The next one is green LED. So I'm taking the green wire, and that green wire I'm connecting to pin number 12. Okay, so it start blinking, and there is a yellow wire is there. That yellow wire I'm connecting to pin number 11. So you can see here my LED, all the 3 LEDs start blinking. Getting this? So you can increase the more LEDs. You can increase the more LEDs here. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Any doubts in connection, you can ask me. Or otherwise, we can start with the new interfacing. Okay, so 2 LED interfacing. Instead of 2 LED interfacing, I have made a 3 LED interfacing. Okay, so this is the program for 2 LED interfacing. Now these are some assignments actually. You can try these assignments. Interface 2 LED with Arduino, interface 4 LED with Arduino, and write a program to blink LED, toggle LED. Yeah, toggle LED we can do also. Now what? Now 3 LED running LED output actually. This is my PDF, so that's why you cannot get the actually GIF effect here. But I'm sharing you with the PPT of this particular PDF. There you can see the blink effect here, running LED effect. Okay, so before starting the serial communication, okay, we will try for the that traffic light simulation program, Okay, so generally this is the practical in most of the universities. They are asking this type of the practical, simulate the traffic light using the microcontroller. Okay, so how to simulate traffic light? So what is traffic light? How the traffic light LED? There are three LEDs: red LED, then middle one is the yellow LED, and the last one is the green LED. Okay, so I have to change here. So it is 11 and it is 12. Okay, so I'm making the connection
online. WhatsApp.
according to that particular traffic light. Okay, so can anyone tell me how that traffic light can be simulated? So one traffic light. So firstly, you have to make the red LED on, but when red LED on, your green LED and yellow LED should be low. Okay. After the red LED, which LED becomes on? After red LED, which LED becomes on? Yellow LED becomes on. So here I'm making the yellow LED on and the green LED and the red LED is off. And then at the last, green LED is on, and then low red LED and the yellow LED is off. But some different delays are there. Okay, suppose here the for red LED I'm making the delay of 5 seconds, and for yellow LED I'm making the delay of 1 second only, and for green LED that is good to go, I'm again making for the 5 seconds. Okay, or you can 6 seconds. So this is my traffic light, single traffic light. There is no intelligence. Okay, there is no synchronization between the two traffic lights, only single, the programming of the single traffic light. So I'm compiling my program and let me test that program. So red LED should be on for 5 seconds, then after that yellow LED should be on for the 1 second, and then at the last green LED should be on for the 6 seconds. Okay, so see the output. So here first one is red LED is on for 5 seconds, then yellow LED for 1 second, and then green LED. Okay, yellow LED should be on for only 1 second, red LED for 5 seconds, then yellow LED for 1 second, and then green LED for 6 seconds. Getting this? So have you simulate? So what is, how much time is required? Here you require hardly 1 to 2 minutes for doing this program. Yes? So any doubt in this? Okay, so next one is serial communication. Okay, so this is a very important one, and everyone should know that how to make the serial communication, because if you want to talk with the microcontroller, or if the microcontroller want to talk with the computer, then serial communication is the only way. So first one is to starting the serial communication, you have the command like serial.begin. Serial is the class name. Begin is the function. Majorly begin is the static function. That's why I can call with the class name. So serial.begin, this function I'm calling, begin represents it starting the, or it starts the serial communication, but what is the baud rate of that particular serial communication. Baud rate represent the speed of the serial communication. Speed of the serial communication I'm mentioning as 9600 bps, bit per second. So in a 1 second I'm going to transfer the 9600 bits. So this is the speed that I want for my serial communication. You can go for the higher baud rate also. If you are selecting the higher baud rate, at the receiver end your baud rate should be same. So if you have transmitter is sending the data with the baud rate 9600, your receiver should collect that data with the baud rate of 9600 only. Getting this? Then only there is a communication. If the baud rate is not matches, then there is no communication. There is no communication between that particular devices. Okay, so before the starting the serial communication, you should write down the serial.begin 9600 and you have to put the setup. You have to put this function in a setup because we have to execute this statement only once and at the start only. So that's why generally the setup function represents setup of your program. Setup is generally always done at the first and at the start only. Okay, so we'll write a program to print the hello world on a serial monitor continuously. Okay, serial monitor continuously. So we'll do that program. So I'm taking the new file. So for every program you have to take the new file. So I'm saving it first. Always save before running your program. Always save your program. So I'm using the same name. Okay, sorry. NHCE_STTP_serial. Okay, so my setup function contains this serial. My setup function contains the serial dot begin 9600. Okay, 9600. And suppose if I have write that serial dot print function, here itself, hello world. Okay, so generally there are the two types of print function and println function. Print function will print, and when you want to execute, when the same print function is executed, this line will be at the next of the previous output. But if you want the next output to be in a new line, so you have to put the println function, very similar like your Java system.out.println function. Okay, and loop, now my loop function contains nothing here. So I'm running my program, uploading my program first. Now there is no LED. Actually LED is connected, but there is no output. So serial communication has been done. And now you can see here there is no hello world is here. Hello world is not appeared here. So why? Because my serial baud rate I have selected as 115200. Okay, so I have to select as 9600. When you are selecting as a 9600, and when I reset the microcontroller, then it should send the hello world. Okay, so why it is not sending? Okay, so let me put into the loop function and see what is the output. But I have to put here delay. Okay, so continuously it is printed, but when I put the delay, actually it will in between the two print there is a 1 second delay. So I am uploading the program again. So uploading is done, and you can see here the hello world output. Hello world, hello world, hello world, hello world. It will be printed at interval of every 1 second. Getting this? Yes. Okay. So I'm opening the last blink program again, and I'm modifying this traffic light program, and I am using the serial communication here. Serial dot begin 9600. Okay, and then which LED is on? Okay, which LED is on? Just I am making in a println. Now the above statement will make the red LED on. So red light on, stop. Then again I'm making serial.println. Now which yellow light? Okay, so yellow light on, ready to go. Okay, and the last one is again serial dot println, then which one? Green light on. Okay, go. Okay, like that. Okay, so I'm uploading this program again, and you can see that both output. Okay, you can see the red LED is glowing, green LED is glowing, yellow LED is glowing, and with that you can see the serial monitor output also. Okay, so you can see here red light is on, red light is on. Okay, red light is on here. Now yellow light is on, ready to go, and green light is on here, go. Okay, now after this again red light is on, stop. Yellow light is on, ready to go, and after 1 second again green light is on. Getting this? Yeah, so you can actually design such a interesting and interactive programs. You can also develop one countdown timer here, countdown timer. Okay, so how the countdown timer? For integer I equal to 5, I less than or equal to 1, I minus, not less than, it should be greater than, because it is a decrementing loop. So, and here I'm making 1000. So 5-second delay. Control X, Control V, and here serial dot print ln, not print ln, I'm putting print only. I directly. So 5, 3, 2, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and at the last I have to put the serial dot print ln. Okay, so this okay, so this type of the program, actually I have done the part of the program only. So I'm uploading because the time is less. So I'm leaving to you, that is the remaining program you have to implement. So I'm uploading. I have implemented that countdown timer for the red light only. So you can see here, red light on, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then yellow light on and ready to go, and then green light on. Then the countdown timer. After the countdown timer, again red light on, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and again yellow light on, only for 1 second, and again green light on for the 6 seconds. Again, there is a countdown timer. Or like that. You can implement, or you can ask your students to implement this type of the things. Getting this? Yes. Are you with me? Just type with me in chat box. Or if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Just type with me. Yes. Thank you, K. Raja, Shravan Kumar sir. Yes, thank you, Seema ma'am. Yes. Okay. So the next one is very interesting. Control LED through serial monitor. Okay, so I want to control the LED through serial monitor. So if the user has entered 1, you have to make the LED on. If the user has entered 0, you have to make the LED off. Okay, so how it can be possible? Okay, what I'm doing here, I'm just copy this program and paste it, because typing again requires the more time. So I'm going to cover the most maximum of the programs here. So white setup, then serial begin, and then pin mode. Okay, so here I have connected to pin number 13, then while loop, then if function, if the serial dot available is greater than 0. Okay, I will explain you this, what is this program. And then case 0 and case 1, and then this is the switch block, this is the if block, and one more block is required for the loop function. Okay, so the program is very easy. The program is okay. We will start with the serial communication with the baud rate 9600. The LED is connected to pin number 2. In our case, LED is connected to pin number 13. Now in a loop function, what we are doing, we are continuously reading the serial data. Okay, so if the serial data is available, the available function will return a how many character it is available. Okay, so if there are 2 characters are available will return 2. If the 1 character is available function will return 1, like that. If the serial dot available is greater than 0, oh okay, so if it is greater than 0, then what we need to do? We have to read that character. So how to read the character? By using serial dot read function. So using the serial dot read function, we can read that character. So that character, whatever the character, it is get stored into the RxChar. RxChar, I have used the loop. You can go for the A or B, you can go for C or D, or you can go for on off, like that. Okay, so if case is 1, then we have to make the LED on and break. And if the case is 0, then we have to make the LED off and break, like that. So continuously it will get executed. If there is serial data, then only the digital write function will execute. Otherwise, the digital write is as it is. It is a previous execution that is being there. Okay, so instead of 2, just I'm making 13 and 13, and I'm saving this program as again NHC underscore HTTP underscore serial. So serial 1. Okay, and uploading my program, and let's see the output. Yes, because we have copy and paste it from that PDF, so that's why there is a stray characters. So there we have to remove that stray characters. Again, upload it. Okay, so here case 0. Here case 0. Okay, case 1, case 0. Okay, that's why the copy paste actually never works. You have to always type. So it is uploading and done uploading. So I'm opening the serial monitor. Okay, so my baud rate. Are you able to see my camera? Camera is connected here. My camera shows that my red LED is not glowing. Now what I'm doing, I'm making one. I'm sending one here. I'm typing one and I'm click on the send button. Now you can see here, my red LED is on. My red LED is on. Okay. So you can see my red LED is on. Now again, I am sending 0. When I'm sending 0, the red LED is off. You can see my red LED is off. Getting this? So it is quite easier and very interesting. So in this way, you can actually try with these LEDs, and you can control the more LEDs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so you can ask your students to control the 8 LEDs. Okay, and you can generate the different patterns. Suppose if the user has entered the suppose character R, then there is a running LED pattern. If the user has entered B, then there is a blink LED pattern. Okay, so one program is containing the more than one programs, and which program has to be executed, the user has to give the input. That is for blinking type B, for running type R, like that. Yes. So any doubts? Again, there is a less than a minute is available. So before starting the new topic, we will again restart the meeting.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So I am the host. I have to end.
Yes, sir. You have to end.